What does your job ask you to hide from the customers? My last job was a white labelled help desk. You had to hide the fact that your company existed at all from the customer. You had to pretend you were from whatever company the customer was using for their IT. Oh wow, and I thought it was bad enough from the Indian IT scammers. Yikes. As a tattoo artist, oftentimes apprentices at the end of their apprenticeship will start tattoo paying customers or walk-ins, and for a few tattoo shops, the apprenticeships are much shorter than they need to be. So, if you're getting tattooed by someone who seems to be young or they seem inexperienced, they probably are, and they're probably still in their apprenticeship. But the shop will tell you they're actual artists. Do your research when thinking about getting a tattoo, and don't be afraid to wait months or even years for the right artist for you. It'll save you from a really shitty tattoo. Well, I couldn't agree more. Always do your research before doing anything, folks. We have to hide when we get some water. Can't have the customers knowing we too need water. Edit. Jesus, this got a lot of attention for just water. Damn, thanks bros. Yeah, if they see you drinking water, they might suspect you're human and not some robot. Robots need water too. Everything. Where do I even start? Really, the only thing I'm allowed to tell the customers is this spiel about the place and where the restroom is. I really wish I could help people more than I can, but management actually trained me to actively hide things from people. Literally, I'm supposed to make the customers' lives harder. If I don't do it to the management's approval, they go and hide even more things. Then again, I work in an escape room. Well, I guess it comes with the territory, eh? Not now, but back when I worked as an aide at a nursing home, we were forbidden from telling patients we were short-staffed. We were, and it was, the fault of administration, because they were trying to save money. But literally, the residents would be yelling at us because their shower was late or whatever, and we were supposed to just act like it was because we were lazy. We weren't allowed to tell them it was because I had the entire wing by myself. The administrator was sick of having angry family members calling to complain and decided we should take the brunt of it instead. Wow, what kind of logic is that? Good lord, man. I really hope you're not working there anymore. Also, at the hotel I worked at, if a guest found a stray bedbug, all staff were instructed to neither confirm nor deny that it was an actual bedbug. Word games were not fun. I worked for a Disney store. We had a book of words we could use. Like, if it was hot, we had to say it was pleasantly warm, etc. I hated it. Well, play on words never really gets you anywhere. Unless they're puns. Cell phone store. Customers returned perfectly good phones all the time. We were told to sell the boxes as brand new, first-time activations, and purposefully leave out the fact that they had, in fact, already been activated and taken home within 48 hours. I'd be pissed if I bought a phone full price and it was even slightly used. I let those phones get dusty and would never sell them, just to spite that shitty-ass policy. That is a bloody damned policy if I ever seen one, good lord. Our sales prices are just normal prices. Had to stock some pressure washers a few months back. They were $199 each when scanned. The next day I had to put up more, scan them, and they show up as $279 each. A couple weeks later, they're on sale for $199 each. Well, that's highway robbery if I've ever seen one. Home Depot employees are not, I repeat, we are not allowed to stop theft from happening. That means you could grab a $1,000 generator and walk your ass right out the door, and I literally can't stop you from stealing. The most I'm allowed to do is stand right in front of you, tell you to have a nice day, then go and get the manager. But the fact that I only get paid $11.50 an hour means that there's a 100% chance that I won't give enough of a fluff to tell anyone. I repeat, Home Depot employees cannot stop theft from happening. Good luck stealing from Home Depot! Well, you didn't have to shout at me, but yeah, that is terrible. Well, my job has us had the sous vide circulator from the health inspector. Oh, I'm not sure that's a good thing, especially in a restaurant. We sell software, and we have a page that has instructions for setting up Linux servers, but that's basically all we know about the OS and as much as any of us actually care to learn it. If asked, the going policy is that our Linux specialist is out this week, but we'll totally refresh what we know by going over the page with you. Reminds me of IT tech support. It's always the same lines every single time you call, no matter the problem. Let's just say our technology doesn't come close to meeting its process guarantees, but we can give a customer a phone book-sized excuse of why it's their fault. I can't tell which of our vendors this is. No, too right, mate. There's a lot of vendors that do that. Shift the blame on the customer. When was the customer ever right? I work in a deli and bakery currently. All of our food is from frozen, and they want me to call it fresh baked in store every day. Dude, it was frozen for 3 months, thawed for an hour, and then cooked. It's no better than anything else you get from the freezer section, and in many cases, the freezer section is higher quality stuff. Sounds like Tesco. Sure does, mate. I've worked at 2 fast food restaurants in my life. At each one, the only time that food safety protocol was followed or enforced was the day that the health inspector was coming to grade us. Well, I suppose that's sticking to the mantra, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Well, some of the time. You'd be amazed at how good construction workers become at hiding flaws. It's quite nearly a part of the job description, and a large reason why so much of the construction effort is put towards cosmetics. Beyond the fact that most people just don't want to be looking at a bunch of rough-in work that's functionally the same but aesthetically atrocious. Yeah, and I kind of agree, construction really does know how to hide everything. I'm a cashier, and everyone needs to keep the override card over a mysterious button that is next to a till at customer service. It's attached to a big red light and has a wire connecting it to the phone. Nobody knows what it does, and we don't want to find out. Well, as long as it doesn't blow up a nuke, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, better to be safe than sorry. If there's an issue with medication, too many pills, not enough, wrong, we're not allowed to tell them. We just have to leave the room with the meds and call our boss to fix it. It's pretty easy for them to figure out what's going on, as it's kind of obvious, but we're not actually allowed to say that an error has been made. Whatever happened to learning from your mistakes? Out of both healthcare facilities I've worked at, they both made a big deal about not expressing how short-handed we are to patients. Oh, good lord, that is scary. We're not allowed to be seen sitting. I'm a theater usher. Oh man, I am so sorry. I work with artists and bands. On the last tour I had, I couldn't tell fans that the artist just didn't want to meet people at the bus, or if she was or wasn't on the bus. She had a paid-for meet and greet, so if they really wanted to meet her, they should have paid for it rather than wait outside near our home on the road. Oof, that sucks. I had a job which claimed all of the dressings were homemade, so we had to go to the back to fill the couple that were not. Also, they would say that none of the desserts were frozen by keeping the freezer for the desserts and everything else above the standard temp for a commercial freezer. Oh no. Current job, I'm told to lie about the failed maintenance and budget cuts in my job. At my old job at Walmart, they told me to lie about the malfunctioning fridges and cool produce that would sit out for 8+ hours before being put into the coolers. Well mate, I really wouldn't want to go where you're working. Restaurant employee here. Staff is almost always sick because we get in huge trouble if we get a sick day. Not uncommon to have servers or food expediters throwing up while at work. Strep throat, colds, other contagious illnesses are always going around the workplace. Mice. We have mice. All my past food service jobs have had mice, and assume any restaurant you eat at has a mouse problem. Oh god, mice. Now I'm really considering going out to eat tonight. When I worked at McDonald's back when I was in high school, there was a time I accidentally filled up a medium soda cup instead of a small for a drive-thru order. I was about to dump it when my manager takes the medium cup from my hand and poured it into a small cup, and it fit perfectly. The small and medium cups are the same volume, just different shapes. I knew it! I knew there was something up with McDonald's. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to Reddit Originals for more videos like this. We upload a video each day, so stay tuned.